Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you seriously watching the Have You Heard podcast by yourself? On YouTube, nonetheless? Whoa. That's kinda cringe, don't you think, Nathan?
Mhm.
Don't you know that the Have You Heard podcast is also available anywhere else you can get your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Google Podcasts? Also, when you do this, you actually support us as creators. Because right now, you're just stealing all our money like a bunch of
Yep.
dirty little sleazebags. So please, consider supporting us by listening on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, uh, Pocket Casts.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now I'm just gonna sit here until you do it. Welcome back, everybody, to the Have You Heard podcast, the only music podcast where we talk about the music that we've all listened to. I'm Pablo,
I'm Nathan.
and today, guys, we got a real special episode for you. Nathan, have you heard my favorite album of all time, Kanye West's 808s and Heartbreak?
Sure.
All right, I'll take it. Anyway, guys, we're gonna take a little sit down at Pablo's History Corner here for a second. Kanye West 808s and Heartbreak, his fourth studio album, released in 2008. Um, it is 12 songs long. Um, it is my favorite, as I mentioned. Uh, it had production and writing. I was gonna say features, not really features, just assistance. From Kid Cudi, who's another famed name on this show. We talk about him a lot. And
Mhm.
yeah, it was released in 2008 after Kanye um, split up from his fiancee Alexis Pfeiffer and his mom died. Um, this album is very sad. It was a very large departure from any of Kanye's previous work. And yeah, 12 songs long. I think let's just jump into it, shall we?
Sure.
All right. So, first song, Say You Will. Now, say what you will about this song, but
That sucked.
yeah, that was pretty good. Say what you will.
Going.
Okay, I like this song. I think it's a very um I
What?
you have different opinions, I take it, Nathan?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the thing. A good intro track should set the mood for the rest of the album. And I think that while this song doesn't perfectly encapsulate everything that this album does, I think that it definitely sets the mood for what you're about to be getting into. It's a very sad, very drawn out album with very sad themes, um, and a very experimental sound, I would say. So yeah, a lot of people
Too much auto tune.
I know a lot of people are gonna say the outro is very long. Listen, I get that, but when you're in that headspace where you're like, I'm enjoying this because I'm sad or I'm just not doing anything, it speaks to you. Anyway, I'll let you say what you want to say.
There is too much auto tune.
Hmm.
Clearly. I don't know if you notice it, but I listened to it again and I was like, I just can't stop understanding how much auto tune's in here.
Here's the thing. Kanye kind of revolutionized the use of autotune in modern day hip hop with this album.
I think that was more of like a Jay-Z kind of thing.
No, Kanye did it. Really, if you want to
Oh.
really get into it, T-Pain did it first, but then
Yeah, that could.
T-Pain did it. Then Kanye did it on a song with Jeezy. It's called "Put On." I know it actually because it's from the Skate 3 soundtrack. Not from there, but it was
Oh,
on there. Um, it was on there. Kanye did a verse where he used auto tune, and according to his one of his producers, I think it was Mike Dean, he said like he loved auto tune so much because it made him feel like a kid again. So he made this album, which primarily uses auto tune singing instead of rapping. Um, and I didn't even touch on that in the history corner. I think that this album is so influential to modern day hip hop. I mean, I would say all of Kanye's albums are super influential. This and Graduation, and really, I would say those two. I think because
Huh.
Graduation, I know you didn't listen to Graduation. Graduation was kind of it was a huge deal because Kanye and 50 Cent were going to release albums on the same day, and uh, 50 Cent said, "If your album outsells mine, I'm going to retire." Because clearly that shows because he was more like gangster rap. Kanye was more just music, like he was. I'm not gonna get in super into it, but basically Kanye outsold the hell out of him. Like it wasn't even a fair competition, and I think that kind of showed a lot of people like Drake that you don't have to be this gangster from New York to make rap music. But anyway, then this album introduced, using melodies and rap music, using auto tune, sad music, kind of brought that in. Anyway, we were talking about "Say You Will," right? I don't really know where I was going with that.
Yeah, we're on the first song.
I just like this album, okay? Anyway, I think it's a good intro that I think sets the tone, and then of course it has a slight transition into the next song, "Welcome to Heartbreak," featuring Kid Cudi. Um, do I think the transition is that good or noticeable? No. I think that if your volume is a bit too low, you won't even notice it. It's very, very subtle. Um, but it is something that I pay attention to most of the time. This song touches on a lot of themes. It's a lot more lyrically there. "Say You Will" was very repetitive. I would say that this song has a lot more substance when it comes to the lyrics. He tells like a story a bit in it. And then you got Kid Cudi on the chorus. Gotta love him. What do you think?
I didn't even know there was supposed to be a transition. Start.
Yeah, it's just like the at the end of "Say You Will," there's like the chorus, not the chorus, the choir, like singing that solid note, and then "Welcome to Heartbreak" starts off immediately with a very similar note played on a cello or a violin, and they just kind of fade into
Uh,
each other.
yeah, well, that's kind of what I was going to get into. I was going to say it's got better, excuse me, instrumentals than Say You Will.
Hmm.
Again, this song's different because I said Say You Will, the auto tune makes the song bad and poopy, but in this one, it kind of sounds like it's supposed to be in there because it's more of like a retro synth kind of feel to the auto tune he's kind of using.
Yeah. Okay. I feel that.
And the intro that's supposedly transition after Say You Will, it kind of brings in the catchy beat to the Welcome to Heartbreak.
Yeah. I would say yeah. I would say when the drums kick in at the first part, the like it starts with that cello and then the drums kick in with the
Yeah,
boom boom
yeah,
boom
that's what
boom 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 like and then the piano comes in and then the other drums come in.
it slowly brings it. Yeah, all
Hmm.
brings it
I
in.
like that. Here's a fun fact. I don't know. I don't think I mentioned this. The name 808s and Heartbreak. 808 is a drum machine. The TR-808. It was a drum machine that um was released in like the 80s, I think. And everyone was like, "I hate this. This stinks. It doesn't sound like real drums." Because obviously rap music wasn't really a thing then, you know. Uh, so everyone's like, "Real drums sound like real drums. This doesn't sound like real drums." So no one used it. And then Kanye came in. He's like, "Yo," and now everyone uses digital drums instead of actual drums for beats. Yeah, that's just more influence that this album had. Anyway, yeah, "Welcome to Heartbreak" really good. I think the lyrics are really strong in this one. Um, yeah, I really don't have much else to say. I really like this song.
What's
Next
after,
song?
after this?
Yeah, now we got Heartless. Probably the biggest song on this album, I would say, like the most mainstream.
Yeah, it's the one I've actually heard before being told to listen to the album.
hmm Um, I mean, first and foremost, banger. Let's get that out of the way. Again,
Of
like you were
course,
saying, the chorus does have a lot of auto tune.
yeah.
But I would still say that it fits it pretty well, I think. So I don't really mind it. Again, it has a nice melody. Um, yeah, nice beat. I mean, it's just banger. It's just all it is. Um, but this kind of
Noted that.
establishes a theme that we would later see in Kanye's next album, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, where he's kind of saying a lot of things like she's heartless. Uh, how could you be so Doctor Evil? This and that, calling her like she's the bad one. And then he kind of got criticized a lot for this album because it seemed to everyone like he was putting the blame on this woman instead of himself, which then caused him to make Runaway on his next album, which was about you're not the problem, I'm the problem. My bad. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, what do you think about this song?
it's
Sorry, could you say that one more time? You cut out.
um. Did some like lore research.
I mean, I'm kind of like the Don Cheadle of Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Ah,
Well, Heartless, it's got a, it's got a good, but I feel like the actual chorus, as good as it is, I think it could have more potential. I feel
mhm.
like it's too slow. If it was faster, I think it would definitely bring the song up to me, bring up for me. But it's like it's Heartless is like mediocre, you know.
Whoa,
It's not one of my
whoa, 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 whoa. Mediocre? I
yeah
don't know about that. I don't know about that, Chief. I just don't know about
yeah.
that. Anyway, we're just gonna skip past that. Next up, we got Amazing featuring Jeezy, who I mentioned before as the guy who made that other song Put On.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be weird. He has a weird voice. I'm gonna be honest. He has a weird voice. Um, Also some rather weird bars in this song. Overall, Kanye's part pretty repetitive. Um, I like
Thank God
the
I'm not the only one.
yeah. His bars are kind of repetitive. Jeezy's part is um a bit strange. I mean, there's some parts I'm like, yeah, okay, and then there's other parts where it just kind of feels like he's just trying to find words to rhyme. I can't think of what the bar is. Oh, he
Well,
says
Kanye's got his
standing.
whole rhyming part down.
Sorry.
Kanye's got his whole rhyming part down. You know how like, he's just trying to like think of words to rhyme. I think Kanye's already got that down because he's rhyming amazing with amazing.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying. That's the chorus. That doesn't count. Anyway,
Ah,
I'm
well,
just saying. Jeezy says, "Standing on my podium, I'm trying to watch my sodium. Die high blood pressure. You gonna let the feds get you?" I don't really know. He had to put like a little less, like a life lesson in there. Like, yeah, I'm at the top, but also make sure you take good care of yourself. Don't eat too many potato
sodium.
chips. You will get heart disease. Just a bit strange, I would say, as to why he's
That's
just.
good.
I mean, it's a good message. I'm not gonna say
You teach
don't watch
the
your
kid.
weight, make sure you're doing okay. I'm just saying a bit out of left field. I'll say. That's all I really have to say about sorry about that song. Next up, we got Love Lockdown. Um, Banger. I just gotta say again, banger.
Yeah,
I
we
believe
can agree to this one.
I believe this song was also I think this was actually released as a single before his other pardon me, his other songs, like before the album came out. I believe he uh released this before. And as I said, banger. Frankly, first and foremost. You got the dope melody and the beat. The chorus comes in, and it's all just boom, 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 with all the drums and stuff. Dope as hell.
I'm just liking it because it's a faster paced song and it's. I feel like Kanye is so much better when they're faster paced songs.
Hmm.
And that's his strength with music. I'd say it's got definitely like the best chorus in the whole album to me. It's catchy.
Hmm.
Um, Sadly, I don't know if it's going to be one of my faves, but it's definitely up there.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Next up we got Paranoid. I'm gonna say it again. Nathan, you wanna say it with me? I think we both know what we're about to say.
Okay.
Banger. It's just that simple. Um, I mean, it's just. I actually used to not like this song. On the first time I listened to it, I actually kind of thought the song was whack. Gonna be honest.
I
Um,
think I had the same take.
yeah, I don't really know what I was thinking. But this song is an absolute banger. It features Mr. Hudson. Sorry, Mr. Hudson on the chorus. I believe Kid Cudi might also do background vocals for the chorus. Not 100% sure on that. I could check it, but I don't really feel like it. Um, yeah, I mean, just amazing. Uh, it's that beat. It's that beat that keeps me coming back. It's
For sure.
just I like the. I don't know if that's like a. I don't think it's a synth, but like the instruments at the beginning. Like the do 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 do.
You're doing really good with that.
Am I? Thank you.
Yeah, you're actually spot on. Yeah, some parts I think there's like a group, like a choir,
Hmm.
kind of. Some portions of the song that
Yeah, I think
I feel like
that's
that kind of stuff boosts it up.
yeah, I think that was Mr. Hudson and Cuddy on the
Mm,
chorus. Anyway, next up we got RoboCop. Can I just say, I know for a fact you know what I'm talking about because I send you every single TikTok that I see this take being said. Everyone loves this song. Like everyone. I I don't think it's like amazing. Everyone's like, listen, if you think this is the best album of all time, you better be saying that RoboCop is the best song on here. It just isn't. Like by a lot, it isn't. Like RoboCop, maybe I've just listened to it too much, but I don't know. To me, Paranoid beats it by a landslide. Love Lockdown beats it by a landslide. I'd say this is on par with Amazing. Like the song, not the adjective.
that's a strong thing I can definitely agree to. I think it's better than like if we're going to put it up to scale with Amazing. I think it's better than Amazing. Um, because it's got like there's I think it's either violins or some sort of string instrument
Oh yeah,
in
at
the
the
background that makes the instrumental really good.
mhm. Yeah, at the end it has the outro with the violins.
Yeah.
Um Here's the thing, the song is very very simple. I'm not saying it's basic and unoriginal. I mean, it has some interesting parts like the robot sounds on the chorus, which you could say is then a precursor to his album Yeezus, which used a more industrial sound. But at the end of the day, um the verses are super simple. Not really much going on there. The chorus is pretty repetitive. And in my opinion, the outro goes on for a while, even though the violins are pretty. It doesn't give me the same feeling as the Say You Will outro. Um, yeah, that's just what I'm thinking. I don't really think there's anything else for me to say. I think that kind of people say it's so underrated to the point that it's now become overrated. You know? You feel me on that one?
Yep, I agree. Yeah.
Like everyone was looking for like an out of the box pick for this album. So everyone went to this song to the point that it's inside the box. It's like when people would listen to like Juice World back when he was on SoundCloud and now like everyone and their moms know who Juice World is, I guess. Anyway, now we got probably the best song on this album, Streetlights. Um,
Uh-huh.
I mean, just damn. Like, let's just damn. You know, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
There's also a cover of this song called Streetcar by Daniel Caesar. I like it. I don't think it is a replacement for this song, though. I think it's a good alternative, but I don't think it's a replacement. Um, I feel like a lot of people know that song more than they know this song. I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I see a lot more people talking about, like, people not, like, obviously if you're gonna like look at like the Kanye side of Instagram or TikTok or whatever the hell, you're gonna see this song more. But I feel like I see a lot more people in the mainstream talking about the Daniel Caesar version. And to me, it's good, but it just seems a lot more slowed down than this version. And I just think, I'm not dissing Daniel Caesar. I think he's a great artist. He has a beautiful voice. But to me, this is the original. This is the better. But that is all.
Yeah, RoboCop. This Streetlights matches the vibe from RoboCop, but I definitely say that Streetlights is better.
Absolutely.
It's a bunch of
Um,
like little things that definitely make it better. It's got like a whole different other take than Kanye's other songs. Like
mhm,
Streetlights, it feels like it's not even a Kanye song sometimes.
mhm. Again, it has those strings in it at the beginning. It's mostly
Yes.
all drums and some piano. I would say there's a lot more piano in the Daniel Caesar version, which I do enjoy that. But um really this song is also super repetitive, but it just works somehow. It's like literally just the same lyrics over and over again, but it's the instrumentals, the choir, the drums picking up. It just fills you with this emotion that you just can't describe. And I think that that's really, really beautiful. Um,
Agreed.
yeah. Any last words for this, or shall we move on to bad news?
Uh, no, I think we're gonna. I can note one more thing. I don't think Kanye is using too much autotune in this song, so
Mm-mm.
I said that's why it definitely makes it also uh another reason why it's definitely like the best song on here because he sounds a lot more passionate because there's no
Mm-hmm.
autotune. He doesn't have like autotune like from Amazing or something like that, where it's just like I'm amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say there's any effects at all. Like amazing and bad news
No.
both have like that like the grainy sound on them, like you're talking through a phone. This song doesn't have any effects, I feel like. Which I think is really beautiful. I like it when he's raw like that, you know? Nothing distancing
Yep,
the sound.
agreed. Moving on to if we want to move on to bad news, if we're wrapped up here, in uh, yeah, I'm gonna start off because I'm gonna guess you have more stuff to say, but bad news in metaphor. This song is the stock market crash.
What?
Yeah. Have RoboCop and Streetlights, which are two like they give off the same vibe. They're so good, and then you go to bad news and it ruins the streak. It's
Okay.
so bad. The song is bad news.
Oh, you're saying just the
Fully
song is
intended.
bad. You're saying the vibe, you're not saying the vibe is so different. You're saying that the song itself is just bad.
Yeah, bad news is just bad news.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't say it's that bad. I would say that the outro is a much more concise version of what the Say You Will outro could have been. I will say that the voice effects he has on are rather annoying. I'll give you that. But I would not say that this song is objectively bad. I would say that this song is still relatively enjoyable. Um, Not the best on the album though. I'll give it. This is probably gonna end up in
No.
my worst list. I'll be honest. Next we got "See You in My Nightmares." Another kind of miss. I'll be honest. Yeah, you know, a little Wayne on here. He's This song is just kind of loud, and I think that that was on purpose. So maybe
Oh,
I
well, that
should.
sucks.
Here's the thing. I think that this album as a whole is kind of going through a really bad relationship or going through a really bad breakup. Say you will and welcome to Heartbreak. You're welcoming in this heartbreak, heartless. Um, you're saying she's heartless. How could she do that? Love Lockdown. You're getting over it, breaking up with them, or just getting over them. Paranoid. Don't really know. Streetlights. Healing. Bad news. Penis.
Bad.
See you in my nightmares. Finally getting over them and being like, all right, see you in hell, dickweed. And then just getting out of there, I guess. I don't know. The
Oh,
song
yeah.
still is, though, very loud, very, very obnoxious.
That's a
Yeah.
good word because the part where Kanye's saying, and like I think it's in the chorus, he's like that, for
Yeah.
that. It's so emphasized, and I
Hmm.
hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not even gonna argue with that. It's rough. It's rough. Next up we got Coldest Winter, another very, very beautiful song. Um this is about his dead mom. I don't know if you put that together.
Mhm.
Again, very repetitive, I would say, mostly with the chorus because the song is mostly chorus. But just like Streetlights, it's very, very beautiful. I believe there's actually a sample in this song. The lyrics, or part of the lyrics, are sampled from, I can't remember who actually, but yeah, really, I don't really have much to say about this song. I think that it stands up on its own. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it because it's a masterpiece.
Agreed.
Yeah, you don't really have anything else to say.
I'm saying that a lot. I didn't say it was like up there, like you said, like you kind of compared it to Streetlights and RoboCop ish.
Hmm.
Say it definitely it fits in the album, but I don't think it's. I'm not gonna say it's mediocre. It's definitely above. It's above mediocre, but below Streetlights and RoboCop level.
Okay, okay,
It's at like the 80%.
okay. Next up, last song here, we got Pinocchio Story Freestyle live from Singapore, a song that Kanye actually originally wasn't going to put on this album, but I believe Beyonce was like, "Yeah, put that on the album," and then he did. So yeah, this song means well, and I think that's the best overview I can give it. Like that friend you
Yeah,
have that like they're really trying to do the right thing, but they just kind of keep messing things up, but they're really not meaning to do that. That's what
where's
this
this
song
going?
is. That's what this song is. It's really, really beautiful, and it tells such a beautiful story about Kanye and the bad side of fame and how he believes that uh, the death of his mother was his fault, and if he never moved to LA, his mom wouldn't have died. And I think that's really beautiful. That being said, sounds bad. It sounds bad because it is a live freestyle from Singapore. I don't even know. Do they speak English in Singapore?
Uh,
What
maybe they speak Singish.
what language is spoken in Singapore?
Part of it's English.
Yeah, part of it is English. They speak four language: Malay, Tamil, Mandarin Chinese, and English.
Uh,
Um, so I mean, maybe they did understand what he was saying. Like, if they didn't understand what he was saying, I think that would just be really beautiful because, it's kind of like the whole like his song is all about him opening up and how he feels bad about all these things, and then no one in the crowd speaks English, so no one understands what he's saying. But they could have understood what he's saying, so I guess that's kind of thrown out the window. But yeah, I would say that this theme of Kanye trying to express himself and no one listening was again later seen on Runaway, which hopefully we'll get a day to review. I think that'd be fun. Anyway, um, yeah, that's it. I think that this song is really beautiful. I'm not going to, as much as I would want to include it on my worst list, I feel like that would be kind of unfair because I think that if he was able to remake this, it would sound a lot better. But it's just the circumstances. So yeah. Anyway, overall thoughts. Uh, Great album. I think this was one of the first albums I ever listened to. So that's probably why I'm very biased towards it. But yeah. Uh, Nathan, your overall thoughts?
Uh, thoughts? I think that the more you listen to the song, your opinion changes over different songs that you may have liked at first and then disliked, and then vice versa with songs that you disliked at first. They kind of become more catchy.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah.
Let's do top three, and then we'll do worst three, and then we'll do our ratings out of 10, and then we'll end the episode here. So I'm gonna start.
All right.
Let me get a piece of paper. Okay. All right. Number number three is going to be oh no. I know what number one and two are gonna be, but I don't know what number three is gonna be. I think I'm gonna say damn. I'm stuck on Paranoid or Welcome to Heartbreak. Oh, most mainstream song I would say is Heartless, so don't include that. But I would say the rest are fair
Yeah.
game. I'm stuck on Paranoid or Welcome to Heartbreak. I think I'm gonna go Welcome to Heartbreak number three. Let me write that down. Number two, Coldest Winter, and number one, Streetlights.
Damn.
I would say that's probably it. That's probably it right there. What about you? What do you got?
Number three, yeah, I think I'm stuck on number three, but I don't have the same top two as you. Number three, definitely put in. Oh, this is difficult. Number three, I'd say Paranoid.
Okay.
Number two, I would say RoboCop, and then number one, I would put Streetlights in there.
Okay. All right. Now for our top three worst. I actually might not be able to do three. I think I'm just gonna do two actually, and I think it's just gonna be Bad News and See You in My Nightmares. Again, not that I hate these songs with a passion, but they're just not up to par with the rest of the songs. You know,
Oh,
let's throw in RoboCop there just to piss off some people at number three. So
wow.
number three, RoboCop. Number two, See You in My Nightmares. Number one, Bad News. Uh,
Number three, I would say. Third worst. Um, third worst. See you in my nightmares. Second worst. Say you will.
ooh,
Shut up. First and the worst. Bad news.
yeah. All right. Well, out of 10, I'm gonna give this a 9. If you disagree with me, eat my farts.
Okay, well, I guess I'm consuming because I'm giving it a solid seven.
Yeah, yeah. No, you are incorrect, sir. You are so not
You get
based.
political, this guy, huh?
Listen, this is my favorite album. You gotta, you gotta have good
Why
opinions
is
on
it
it.
not a 10 if it's your favorite?
Because nothing's truly a 10. There can't be anything that's a 10 out of 10, you know? That's
A
just
10 out of
impossible. Because nothing's perfect. Even you look at My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, okay? People consider that a 10 out of 10. No. When there exist songs like Hell of a Life, you cannot call that a 10 out of 10 and just excuse that. Because the rest of the songs. Listen, there can be songs that are 10 out of 10. Okay, I'll give you that. Runaway, I would say that might be a 10 out of 10 song, honestly.
10.
But what you have to look at things as a whole, you know? You can't be like, well, Runaway's a 10, so the album's a 10. Imagine if Lil Pump and Kanye made a collaboration mixtape and they put Runaway on there and then the rest of the songs were all just Lil Pump songs. Is that album a 10? No. Runaway can't
Oh,
carry a mixtape that hard. I'm sorry, but you know, it's just the truth. Anyway, that's my thoughts. I think that's actually going to be it. Do you have anything else to say?
no, I think I've covered everything up.
Yeah, all right, me too. Well, that's gonna be it for this week's episode of the Have You Heard podcast. What's my name?
Isn't it Pablo?
Yeah, that's me. I'm Pablo.
Uh,
That's your cue.
Who am I?
You're Nathan.
Oh, I'm Nathan.
And we'll see you guys next week.